Welcome to Norfolk Perspective City. I'm Bob Batcher, and I've got three people on the sofa that are going to be talking about going for a common goal, a good goal for the whole region. But it got a little complicated on the way. And I've got Fraser Picard, Technology Manager for Norfolk Comtech. How you doing?
Good.
Good to have you here. Diane McDermott, Chief Training Officer for Norfolk EOC.
Yes.
And Mark McCoy, Assistant Chief, Norfolk Fire Rescue. How you guys doing?
Great, Bob.
Okay, we're dealing with, we know where Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Chesapeake are, right, Fraser?
Yes.
I mean, people go there all the time.
Right.
Right? And you know what to do when a phone call comes in saying, we got to dispatch fire.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Happens every day. And you guys are masters at responding to home and business crisis with fire and medical, right?
We like to think so.
So, and it should be easy to do. Was it a journey of ease to put the three cities together in response?
You know, it really wasn't. It's been in the making for close to 20 years. The concept has been around from the three fire departments in the area, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and Norfolk. But we really didn't know how to go about getting the units dispatched to the proper address. And that was really, because we all went about it a different way and how we dispatch unit. And the technology just wasn't there that allowed that to happen, 10, 15 years ago.
So it's in the subtleties of execution.
It is. We all have that common goal of trying to get the fire units to the scene in the quickest amount of time as possible, especially along the outside regions of each city, because it is a little challenging. And going about that and getting those units there took a little undertaking from several departments within each city.
So what was the first problem you thought you were solving? What was the problem to solve?
Our end result was to try to get an engine company to the fire scene as quick as possible, regardless of city affiliation. And for Norfolk, it helps us in the Campbell, Berkeley area and along the borders of Virginia Beach at Military Highway and Newtown Road. Those are our common areas that we share with them, and it would help us to have an engine support us from Virginia Beach and Chesapeake, because they might be able to get there a little bit quicker than our second or third engine on a house fire.
Okay, Diane, so when you called 911, I want to go back to how it works, because
Okay.
it seems like it should be easy. I mean, I shouldn't say this, oh, what the heck. I want to go to Greenbrier Mall.
Okay.
I put it on my GPS. It tells me how to get to Greenbrier Mall.
Correct.
So I call 911. I have a fire at my house. How does it work on your part?
We put the address in, the address verifies, and we send the closest recommended units.
Okay, because I'm calling from Norfolk, it's going to say such and such a place, Granby Park, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's easy.
When you're in Norfolk, it's
When I'm
very
in Norfolk.
easy. Yes.
If I'm in Virginia Beach and I'm calling from Navarro Way, you don't get that call, do you?
No. The call will originate in Virginia Beach for 911. They'll put the event in, and if our engine company is closer than one of their engine companies, they call Norfolk and ask for a unit. We'll send them a fire unit.
Okay, and you guys just head out and go to it, right?
We do, and that was a little bit in the making. We had to update a lot of the technology and in the regional maps. We had 3 different map programs we were working off of, and we had to come together with one regional map. And Fraser played a big part in that.
I was going to say, so that's when I was going to say, Fraser, that's when you walked in, but I won't say that today. That's when technology. What kind of problem did you have to solve then?
Well, each of the mapping systems for Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Norfolk were just for their cities. They didn't go outside their boundaries. So when we brought the data together, a street that we may show coming here would miss coming in Virginia Beach. They wouldn't line up and touch each other. So we had to spend a lot of time making sure not only did the streets touch each other, but also that the data could be translated from Norfolk to Virginia Beach and Chesapeake.
Okay, now I've heard the classic story of the couple that are following their GPS and they end up in the lake because that's where it sent them.
Right.
But you guys are on a truck, so you know if the street is here and here technology-wise, when you're on this street, you know it actually connects, right?
People know that it connects,
Correct.
But a computer system is very logical, and it will route them to the end of the road and stop, or it would say, I can't get there because the streets weren't actually touching in the computer system, so we had to make them touch.
So when you got the phone call,
If the streets don't touch, there's no route, our units are not closer, and we didn't send them.
okay.
What we have in the city, and we've had it for a while now, is we have validated every address in the city, every building in the city, so it routes us to that specific address. And Fraser played a big part of that, doing that years ago. Virginia Beach and Chesapeake really didn't dispatch that way. So when our units were dispatched into Virginia Beach and Chesapeake along the borders, our system is looking for a specific location to send that engine company. And you know, the parameters wouldn't allow us to send it to just an address that wasn't verified in our system. So that's what we had to overcome.
So there's enough subtlety between different operating procedures in the three cities that's really what you had to kind of overcome. Did you know that getting into it?
From the fire perspective, we thought the end result of actually getting on scene and working through the normal routine of a house fire for us would be the easy part. It's what we do, and all three cities approach it fairly similar. Our command structures are the same, and how we organize and run an incident's the same. So we thought that part would fall into place pretty good. You know, we were lost on how to get to that point and make sure we got the proper units on scene and dispatched. And
so once you got that figured out, it was a piece of cake?
I wouldn't say it was a piece of cake. We did a lot of training, and in reality, all the firefighters that have come through each city in the last 25 years have went through the same training in rookie school. We have regional academies for the firefighters, so we all get the same training from day one. Each department is a little bit different, but with a little bit of nuances. But basically, we get the same training throughout, so we know what to do when we get there.
But Diane, there's subtleties in communication, because once you dispatch, do you kind of just wash your hands out and it's over with?
Absolutely not. Once we dispatch the units, regardless of where they belong, wherever their home station is, they're our responsibility until they clear, the event's over, and they return to their city. It doesn't matter what city they belong to.
Okay, and so radios, communication, all that are in sync for Norfolk, but Chesapeake, Virginia Beach might be a little different?
No, and it's really been built piece by piece over time.
But these details had to be paid attention to.
They did, and several years ago, and the radio folks in our city, and each city has done a fabulous job also. We've had the channels for Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and all the local cities within the area in our radio system. So we can switch over and actually communicate on Virginia Beach's channels, Chesapeake's channels, and they had that same capability. We've had that for several years. And the Orion system that came in with that helped us out with that, going on regional responses. So we've had that for a while, but it's just building block by block to get to the point we are now.
Okay. Now, what geography did you have to put together? I mean, what neighborhoods are we kind of talking about, Fraser?
Well, the original goal was to look at 7 minutes into each other's localities.
Okay.
So if you went from the border, how far could you get driving for 7 minutes? But to be honest, those of us in the computer mapping world said, well, if we're going to put in this much effort, why not just do the whole cities? So we didn't just bring in the streets for along that border area. We did all the cities. So technically, Virginia Beach has all the Norfolk data, and so does Chesapeake, and we have theirs, with the idea that if in the future it expands or there's a serious event, we're kind of one step ahead. We've already done that work right now. Our goal, I think, was to keep it so their procedures that were in place already didn't change that much, even though we're bringing in data from other cities in a different format. And I think we did a pretty good job. They didn't have to change too much.
You know, Fraser, I'm kind of anticipating that statement you just made, though, about next steps. Because really it's a matter of, but by looking at long term, you kind of got to a different solution and a different problem than you identified 18 years ago.
We did, you know, and that's when we originally set this up in February of 2014 when the three fire chiefs got together and said this is kind of the direction we'd like to see and explore, see if we can possibly do this. You know, this was the first step. How can we take a baby step that will help out and benefit each city? And so we started with the engine companies, just a single engine coming into the prospective city to help out. And you know, we've been in 3 months now basically since it started, and we really haven't had that many issues. And, you know, moving forward, it's been really good for every city. And you know, we anticipate probably building on it down the road, and we've set that up initially. And Fraser had a lot to do with that, how we do that. And you know, we can see it building going forward, but we wanted to, test it out.
You just said that on TV, building upon that foundation. No, and that's what's really cool. So when we talk about regionalism, this is really getting down to the quality of life and human element. And so I can just see, I don't know, the next hurricane. You got the data?
Right. The idea is we've built a foundation that could be built upon in the future. If you're going to put X amount of effort into something, it was no additional work to bring in the rest of the cities. So we just went ahead and did it with the idea that if it's needed, it's there. It's not needed today, but it is there for the future.
Yeah. It's kind of, Diana, I was thinking that there's a video that's been going around of 2 police officers that delivered a baby.
Yes.
And it all started with a phone call.
Correct.
And that really is the connector that you guys bring to the table, isn't it? Is bringing people together for that human element.
Correct. If we need to request Chesapeake or Virginia Beach, it's very simple. We select their radio channel up, we make the request, it's acknowledged on the other end, and they send the resources that we request. Same if they request our information or one of our engine companies, it's the same. They request across our primary radio channel, they hear it, we dispatch them, and they go.
She just said it. That's what it was all about, right? It's so simple.
It's now. It did take some work to get there because, as the chief said, it was policies and procedures and technology that kind of prevented it from happening many years ago.
I wanted to have you guys on the sofa just to say, just because it's an awesome story of perseverance and sticking to the guns of doing what's right, and that's really what we're all about. But also to personally thank you guys for being the humans that made it happen over this time. And thanks to our friends in Chesapeake and Virginia Beach too. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.